If you guys like what I do here, we cover news stories each and every single day, Monday through Thursday, from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. I read the article on stream for the very first time, give you my thoughts and opinions on this based on what we read, not based on other people's opinions from YouTube, not based on Twitter. I literally post a story in our Discord. You can also submit stories in our Discord under Submit Stories, okay? And then I read those stories live on air and then give you my opinion based on that. Again, based on what we read in the article, not outside sources from everything else, just based on the article. I know it's hard for people to concept this after the fact. Okay, so if you like what I do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to do, go above and beyond that, you become a member as little as $5, and we appreciate you very much. All right, so Redfall Studio was reportedly working on an offline mode for May, release before closure. Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar, just based on the title. Marvel's Avengers was working on an offline mode. Suicide Squad still working on an offline mode. You still checking in with Rocksteady? Rocksteady, you still working on that offline mode? Just want to make sure, okay? Because this studio's done, and you have to opt in to get a refund on certain things. Okay, just want to make sure Rocksteady, you still working on that offline mode, right? Just checking. Okay, Redfall Studios was reportedly working on an offline mode for May release before closure, with the Hero Pass content set for Halloween. Okay. Arkane Austin, one of the 4 studios closed as part of the shock announcement, okay, by Microsoft earlier today, was reportedly working on a major update for the embattled vampire shooter, Redfall, and was set to introduce an offline mode this month, okay? That's according to IGN's Wesley Yinpuli, who reports Arkane Austin was working on DLC that updates for the game until very recently. These include features and promise as part of the Redfall long-awaited Hero Pass and more general updating, adding an offline mode. Now, as per IGN, Redfall's Hero Pass was set to add 2 new characters this Halloween. This Halloween, Jesus Christ, which is like a year and a half after when people paid $120 for that thing. Okay, almost a year and a half after the game's critically panned launch, while offline mode was also due, releasing sometime this month until Microsoft closure decision put an end for those plans. Okay, last year, Redfall director Harvey Smith told Eurogamer Arkane Austin was working actively to remove the game's hugely unpopular always online requirement when people strictly in single-player mode, and features failures to launch following Arkane's closure raises questions about Redfall's future. Should Microsoft take the next step in pulling the servers offline? Okay, today's studio closure, which also has been confirmed to impact the Arkane Austin, Hi-Fi Rush, and the Evil Within Studio Tango Gameworks, Mighty Doom developer Alpha Dog Games, and Roadhouse Studios, has been met with a widespread condemnation. Okay, Arkane Lion Studios and co-director even took to social media to describe the move as a fucking gut stab. Quote. Sorry, quote. Fucking gut stab. I didn't get quoted, but you could also put the F in capital letters. I mean, come on. Give it some more emphasis. Fucking gut stab. Okay. Since then, former Blizzard president Mike Ibarra has moved to defend Xbox Phil Spencer, insisting, I know this hurts him as much as anyone else. Yeah, but let's be honest here. You gotta be a different type of person, right? There's people that work for companies, and then there's people that are up higher. It's almost let me put it in a world of being on a farm. Okay, if you don't live on a farm and you have a pet that dies, gut wrenching, right? Still gut wrenching. But being on a farm with thousands of animals around you, and because people eat the cows and the ducks and the chickens, you get desensitized real fast with certain things, right? So I can imagine that Phil Spencer being up at the top, that listening to all the bullshit from his uppers to come down to him, and then he goes down to other people, right? That he gets desensitized to a lot of stuff. I'm sure it's not easy for him to hear that people are losing their jobs, but at the same time, he's got to keep that face. He's got to keep that, and this goes to Jim Ryan when he was here, and any other CEO for any other company. When stuff happens, those guys up in those positions, in any kind of corporate world, are cut from a different cloth, man. They have to have that desensitized situation where no matter what happens, they got to keep their cool. They gotta stay on course. They gotta stay on course, right? I mean, look at our president of the United States over the years, right? Obama came in, he had a dark set of hair, and by the time he left, he was gray, right? All of them. Stressful jobs, stressful things, right? When Phil came in, he was like $160. Now he's like pushing like 270, okay? He's like overweight. He's traveling a lot. It takes toll on you. This is not excuses. I'm just saying they're cut from a different cloth, okay? Okay, so, yeah, that's it. Look, this doesn't surprise me. What surprises me is that Hi-Fi Rush, based on the information they told us, that 4 million people played the game, or I'm sorry, 3 million people played the game. Very successful, right? Very successful. You're like, man, Tango Games is closing down. Hi-Fi Rush was a great hit. And as I started my stream, telling people if it was such a great game, and I liked it, I bought it. I said this earlier in the stream, I bought it. If everyone's in a shock and an awe, right? They're like, oh my God, I can't believe Hi-Fi Rush closed. Show the receipts. Did you buy it? Did you play it? There's a lot of people out there that want to say that it was a great game, but yet for some reason, if it was so great, and I think it's great, by the way, where's the masses that all played it? They didn't. They didn't. And then it comes down to a business sense, right? Make a game, sell a game. You want to like a game? They promote a game. You buy the game. You play the game. Buy a game, play a game. They make a game, sell a game. That's the old school way, okay? If you don't buy a game, then, or support it in some way. If you bought it on Game Pass and canceled your Game Pass, or played it for 5 seconds and didn't play it, but it's the greatest game ever created, well, obviously it didn't make money for them. Hence why the corporation doesn't care if Tom, Dick, and Jane, and Sarah, and Kenny all work for the company. The company doesn't think like that. The company thinks that this red line didn't go up. That game and that studio is not making money for us. Peace out. And this is what is the bad part about the corporate world, right? People on the higher ups, that people on the outside, it's easy for them to say, well, he needs to get fired, and this is ridiculous, and this is always happening. You can go back and look at studios closing down every single year that since I've been playing video games, okay? More so now because there's more studios, more employees, more companies consolidating. We don't like consolidation. I've said that for years and years, okay? I wasn't rooting for Activision Blizzard to get bought by Microsoft, but I also wasn't fighting it because I know it's going to happen regardless of what I think or what you think. It's going to happen. So I was shocked that Tango Games, based on the wording that they said that it was a very successful game, they closed down. But I ain't shocked about Redfall. Redfall was a broken, buggy, half-ass attempt of a game, and they should be ashamed of themselves. I said this last year. I'll say it again right now. It is still $70 right now on the store. This game was a piece of shit when it came out. It wasn't even a game when it launched, okay? And for people to be like, I can't believe they're closing Arkane, and they didn't even lose their job. They literally moved the people from Arkane Studios into another studio, right? They made a shit game, and they got moved. Where the other people made a great game, and for some reason, they're completely gone. Or majority of them are gone, right? But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you shocked that Redfall and the studio is no longer around? Are you shocked that Tango Games is moved potentially before they even lost their jobs? Okay, because most of the studio probably left with the founder of the company that left last year. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. If you like what I do here, please make sure you check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.